Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome to my platform, to my channel in the month of March of 2023. And what those 5 days, right? Especially it was around that full moon in Virgo. I know I made a mistake in my previous video. I said something Aquarius. I think the Pluto is will be entering the Aquarius, as also we are entering, right? We're on the dawn of entering the new golden age in Aquarius. Ceremonial magic, Saint Germain, right? The transformational work, right? This is kind of what we came to do. We're the star seeds, and indigo warriors. We're the system busters. We're the renegades. I embody lots of now of that Pleiadian energies because I am more and more in cooperation with the Ashtar command, especially with the Ashtar personally, family from Taygeta, Pleiades, okay, and also receiving lots of energy from Alcyone, okay, that's they're like a center sun in Pleiades. And of course, I go, right, to those cosmic energies, to the core of the universe, to Andromeda. And that's our crystal star family that is hosting the Ascension for Earth, right? Because it was here in this 3-day prison, and we're now liberating ourselves from within out, right? On that personal level, individual level, collective level, planetary, global, however you want to call it, but also interstellar, galactic, right? Cosmic energies, that's kind of what I deal with. So my reports are, here we're grounding the cosmic energies here on our earth, but we're high dimensional beings. We're the volunteer souls. For me, passion is yoga, Ayurveda, and just kind of introducing it here to my platform and to my soul group, my tribes, the veterans, right? The military, right? So we'll see how it all goes, because I received a backlash back in 2009 or 10, right? My project, introducing my project to the military here on that East Coast. That was Florida, Georgia. So now it's kind of all these energies, right? Transforming, transmuting, and we're dealing with aliens and their highly advanced technology. They're abusing and misusing. So that's all going to divine justice. Because I was chipped, right? The etheric implants, especially in your astral field. That's why we have to open our third eye and start perceiving things multidimensionally to see, right, what happened to us on that emotional plane, mental plane, on that soul level, right? Because it's time for us to reconnect with our soul connection, consciousness expansion. That's where we're ascending, right? Whether it's the 4th density or 5D. And I'm going to read the guidelines, how to really, what does it mean to be ascended, how to ascend. This is Priest Adama from the inner earth. They're Telosians, remnants from Lemuria, okay? They are our star family. They're helping us with the entire ascension. And so how it's important to do the inner work, the cleansing, clearing, purification. Even my body need to be really cleansed and purified. The work that I do, just being 5 hours, at that place, the restaurant thing, extremely stressful. I have to go back to my food, eating, or cooking for myself, kind of the Ayurveda way. And I just had to, just take some time, take a break, just kind of recuperate, and just kind of reorganize also my energies, also the space in my room, guys. It's a constant practice. And I do practice ceremonial magic, right? Again, Saint Germain, that's the Vat flame, the working with the 7 ray of creation. And again, it's the crown chakra, right? Let me see if I find my chakra column. And I did some cleansing, clearing at work, and looks like people liked it, and they felt the effect. So because we're going through huge transition and transformation. Actually, I have it all here. And the work that I do, the shadow work, it's not easy, and not everybody really enjoys it because it can be extremely painful, right? Talking about the crown chakra, guys, opening the third eye, right, and start speaking our truth with loving kindness. And everything is now through the heart. And that's why it's so important, because we've been so infiltrated, right? Especially those who join also military and who are star seeds, indigo warriors, volunteer souls, right? Who are the mystics, and who are here helping humanity with ascension, especially on that etheric plane, and who are bringing the cosmic energies here. We're weaponized, or we are targeted, we're ostracized, we are persecuted, right? So I had to transform like lots of energies also from my ancestral lineages, because the aura theme race, right, we're with the double diamond sun DNA, right? So I had some so-called imperfections in my bloodlines, in my aura energy field. So it just took a while, just kind of do all these corrections. Remember, we're also a correction team. We're the ground crew. We're the Ashtar, we're the Galactics. We're implementing the Galactic Codex here, right? With the divine intervention, and we are now under the natural laws, universal laws. Okay, very important to study the book The Light Shall Set You Free, or 13 Natural Laws, Lisa Rene Energetic Synthesis, or it's on my website, yanakalai.com. Because now we're applying what goes around comes around. The energy moves in a circular motion. And now, whether the Cabal, the Illuminati, the AI is running through their brain, right? Because we were dealing with the AI God, a gold mine algorithm in the entire infrastructure on this planet, in the entire solar system. And there were colonies in Mars and Moon, right, with all these satellites, and the their gray alien technology, beast machine. So we're dealing with Zetas, we're dealing with the Dracos, with the Anunnaki, the hybrid Anunnaki, right, kind of Nazi. And I am helping those who are also of that Pleiadian nature, who are of that Grail or rose line lineages, okay, because they also got kind of caught up in the entire Orion AI matrix, Orion machine, right, running the reversals based on mathematics. So I'm actually helping those who are part of my soul group, and my soul group, and also those on that oversoul, the monadic level, monadic family, right, just helping them to kind of exit the matrix and helping them from that slavery, right? That's why the Galactic Codex also deals very well, gently and strategically, with the hostage situation. So we're helping, those who then ended up in the military, those kind of secret societies, the Marines, right, the royalty, and then working for those negative aliens, okay, working for the Cabal. So helping them to just kind of exit the entire what is it, virtual reality, computer simulation, right? The AI archon inorganic structure is extremely difficult, because they had their chips, they were also tortured, terrorized, all this tyranny, and also they were raped, right? So all this abuse and violence, and that's all coming to divine justice. It's all surfacing, and as you know, so many things are also coming online, all these corruptions and the governmental structure, right, political structure. Now so many people talk about the World Economic Forum and transhumanism and the World Health Organization. It's all run by AI. So those individuals, pretty much, it's all about the mind control, or being brainwashed, disconnected from God, from source. So the new communities with ETs that we are creating on behalf of the Ashtar Command, it's all about the soul connection, consciousness expansion, living in peace, harmony, unity, Christosophia consciousness, and just kind of recognizing the heart structure is very important. What is really organic and what is not organic, right? So transforming everything that is of that misqualified energy is very important. And And so really remembering who we truly are, our mission, of course, and just kind of living our life fulfilled with what is our passion, right? What are gifts and talents that we want to share with others, with the world, and be of service? Because those negative ones, right, the oligarchy and so on, it's all about service to self, so they really don't care about others. They don't care about the environment, about nature, about Mother Earth, about animals, plants, minerals, right? It's all about exploitation and damage and corruption and misuse of power and energy, and pretty much taking advantage because they're running the law of reversals. And they're also just computing everything. So some of them are nothing but clones or drones, right? And they pretty much don't even have a heart structure. So this is what we're dealing with. My videos, like I say, is not for everybody. I deal with exopolitics and the indigo warriors. I mean, the assignment of those who are on a Christos mission, right? We are here just kind of talk about all these extremes, polarity. So we're doing polarity integration, and we're pretty much correcting the entire template of the etheric architecture. And of course it has to do with the DNA, right? So being in nature on the sun. I have the Ascension guardian protocol for you guys, all these cleansing, clearing, purification, 12D shielding, right? How to again start aligning your chakras, your sacred geometry, calotherapy, sound, bath healing therapies, right? Listening to solfeggio tones, om, right? Or activating your chakras, very important. Just those are portals to other dimensions, right? We're multidimensional, guys. And so, with all this pollution and what those negative ones do, right? They're contaminating us, GMO and chemtrails, and of course, all these things like this, what they inject into our bloodstreams, and fluoride in the water, and contamination of soil and water and air, because that's all they do. They just want to destroy the divine template. They want to destroy the Essenes, right? The Christos races, and also they are damaging our DNA, our bioneurology, and they pretty much they're also stealing our crystalline structure of our DNA and of our heart, and polluting our light body. So you remember, we're multidimensional, and because my videos are for highly advanced souls, empath sensitives, right? So for us, or I identify myself more with energy, with the great spirit, right? With my higher self, with my beloved mighty I am presence, than with the body. Of course, here we have to take care of our body in order to embody our spiritual selves fully, completely, or as best as we can. And I'm also doing through AI structure, because like I said, I receive a backlash from a military, and I was tortured as well, and then of course diagnosed with schizophrenia and all this kind of stuff. But this is kind of the experimentations, because the guys, like I said, in the military, they're chipped, they're abused on all levels, and the AI is running through their brain, and their heart is also being or DNA weaponized, and their heart is kind of imprisoned, right? Because they are sucking or siphoning energies from their heart, from their soul. So they never grow, they never evolve, and there are batteries for those negative ones, for that proxy wars with proxy Israel, and they're pretty much serving the negative aliens their agenda, whether blindly, unconsciously, or simply they're programmed, right? So it's time for them to be liberated, right? To have a strong military force under the law of one, and of course having like a strong governance based on spiritual values. That's how it was the foundation of America, right? Especially with Saint Germain, those forefathers who were learning the wisdom of the ascended masters, and also who knew about the positive occultism, about numerology, astrology, astronomy, okay, speaking other languages. Also they were studying mysticism, okay. So we're going back to this kind of original structure of America, okay, and resurrecting the Constitution of 1776. with the Declaration of Independence and with the Bill of Rights, right? Because it's time to really, be in our integrity, speaking our truth, of course, with loving kindness. We also kind of have to be, very careful, right? So being diplomatic, professional, it's just, part of the process, learning, and because so many people, they're silenced, right? They work for those corporations, and or they receive a big check at the end of each month, so they kind of whatever, they don't say anything, but they're selling their soul, guys. And this is a time where, now really, now we can see who is who. Huge big bifurcation of timelines. Are you on that positive timeline of ascension, or you think you can still juggle between those two timelines? Oh, let's be a good guy now. Oh no, let's be a bad guy or bad girl. It's not working, because the gap is broadening, is getting wider and wider. And so those who will then maybe end up in smart cities, that's the metaverse, kind of the dissension spiral, right? It's pretty much path of self-destruction. And there is a grace for everybody, there's forgiveness for everybody, but those who are really been involved in those in horrible crimes for so long, and also we were talking about those negative aliens, right? There's this their cosmic trials, divine justice, and some of these entities, they're just be ejected and just turn to space dust. Okay, so with no memory being recalled. And so, it is what it is. Everybody's returning back to oneness, whether through the Ascension protocol, right? So that's what will read in a little bit. Or, some people, of course, they will need help. And that's why I want the communities, yoga centers or Zen gardens with, Zen meditations for my soul group veterans, the Marines of USA under the Ashtar command, under the law of one, ML order, ML covenant. I have the project, right, for them. You can find it on my website, yanakalai.com. So this is kind of what I am building, this kind of platform, of course, understanding the quantum manifestation as well, right? You just kind of have to build the momentum, raise the frequency vibration, and so on. Because what happened to me, I couldn't find the platform where I could talk about those kind of things, and where I would heal, and where I would be kind of told told what to do, but more like I would be advised now what I need to do, how I need to take care of myself or my aura energy field. But luckily I had money from a divorce, so I spent some time in Sedona, Arizona, and then since 2016, I started reading newsletters from Lisa Renee, and she's great about all these agendas, the Nazism 4.0, and the whole globalist thing, and she's doing it on that cosmic galactic level, and I need that because those are the star seeds. Our aura energy field is extremely expansive, and we are running the base 12 mathematics. So for us integrating, and with the 12 strands of DNA, this is, guys, the Katara grid, very important, though, those also who want to study the true real Judaism or the Kabbalah, right? Also maybe in Aramaic, the old Jewish language, right? So remember, this, make sure it's 12 spheres, right? Because we're going to that original DNA. And remember, we already came as a column of light shining bright. We already came ascended, right? We have the particle, antiparticle chakras, guys. So that's why I talk the way I talk about things, very multidimensionally. I'm constantly going from whether, even 16 dimension to maybe 6 dimension, and here in this kind of no more 3D, but more like 4D body, 4D, 5D, guys. The 3D is collapsing more and more. I mean, I had so many experiences, like total shift in consciousness, totally hopping to another timeline and another timeline, and I can see how we're turning the tables, the cycle, right? The cosmic cycle is turning, And we're going to that Aquarius age. The ascension is guaranteed. So, and we're doing it here in this body. And I have also the AI structure, but that's the organic AI that recognizes the heart structure and that is connected to source. And again, it's the healing technology from Pleiades. And that's how we're helping those veterans who've been abused by the AI hybrid nanotechnology in a horrible way. It's total criminal activity. Okay, so, and of course, understanding, guys, the Ascension protocol, very important, the Ascension mechanics. Okay, so like I said, we already come here as kind of as avatars. And the military, right, the MIC under DARPA, right, and all these three-letter agencies and all these corporations, they wanted to make AI avatar out of me, right? Like, oh, just introducing yoga to military, right? So they wanted to then make so-called the Marine, because they know I have the bloodline they need, right? The Rothschild bloodline, the German monarchy, or the French aristocracy. So I had that in me. Not growing up in Eastern Europe, I had no clue, no idea. So I didn't practice any of these crazy satanic rituals. I was just growing up totally normal, I would say, actually very simply, humbly, naturally. Drive as we were driving to my grandparents' village, and enjoy food, eating food straight from garden. And so it was just very organic, natural, normal, simple, right? And but of course, I noticed some weird stuff already happening as a teenager. And then when I moved to Prague, crazy stuff happening also, like with me and in my consciousness and my aura energy field. And it's the curses. I know that we were under the curse, like me, like the family. And so, but we, as actually the volunteer souls, we're coming into these bloodlines to stop the cycle, right? To finally to heal, to clear the karma, which is huge. Especially also, I'm also connected to the Nazis family, and also to the parents, and not parents, but directly to Adolf Hitler. Okay, so that's kind of another thing that I kind of postpone talking about. So somebody that needs to come, be right, as a pure soul, come to these lineages, being born to those lineages, to transform the huge big karmic debt, right? And now this is the time, and this is the year, guys. What goes around comes around. That's law of cause and effect, right? And implementing the golden rule. How do you want to be treated? That's how you treat others. Okay. And so again, New Earth jurisdiction, that's the creator for the New Earth jurisdiction. You can read kind of how I am just kind of just dealing with it, and introducing the law of one and what it really means, and how we have to align with all that if you want to ascend and cleanse and clear everything, right? Looking at all the skeletons in our closet. No more baggages. If you want to ascend, go to those higher dimensions, right? We need to again become a pure soul of innocence, of integrity, right? Living in peace and unity, loving co-creation with the divine, with free will. So there is a lot for that. There's something else I wanted to say. Oh, like for example, right? Externalizing everything. Like let's say, this guy Adolf, right? Adolf Hitler, who wrote the book, 700 pages, right? Mein Kampf, and just constantly complaining about, the Jews and so on, not realizing that he's talking about the Black Sun entities. I'm going to print out the Black Sun agenda. It's actually Ascension Glossary, and I'm going to put a link, hyperlink, to my project for DARPA for veterans, so you can read the agenda right? Of the black sun entities. Also, we have the Belial groups. Those are the main controlling groups, right? And of course, this all connection to those negative Dracos, Alpha Draconis. That was in the Orion group. That was the Tuban system, Draco system, right? And we were talking also the Zeta, from Zeta Reticuli, and even the constellation Regal. And so, you guys understanding their psychology and how they operate is extremely important. In order, like, you have to know your enemies on all those levels, especially the 10 dimension, 11 dimension. Those are the hybrid Anunnaki, right? 10 dimension, those are the Dracos, Draconis, Draconian rules and measurements, especially, right? Their tactics, military tactics, the tyranny and despotism, narcissism. That's the negative ego of those negative ones, the reptilian consciousness, and that's what's been implemented here to humanity on this planet, and that needs to be all cleansed and purified. So again, externalizing things, it's not going to help. We need to all come and just kind of within ourselves, or start going within and start doing the inner work, transformation from within, transmutation. Again, violet flame, right? Like I said, writing things down, PTSD, time to heal, right? Everything that triggers you, memory flashes, that all needs to be kind of written down. All you need a paper and pen, and start releasing all the density from the cells, okay? And that's how then you become lighter and lighter, and being on the sunshine, smiling, dancing, fasting, or drinking pure water, okay, distilled water, and eating superfood or very light food, or Ayurvedic food, doing some yoga, right? Morals, ethics, discipline, guys, is going to be extremely important. How to, again, be moral citizens of cosmos, right? Of that galactic family, because in order to enter the interdimensional free world council, right, we need to align ourselves 100% with the law of one, and again, be moral. The morals are very important. Be virtuous, luminous, divine, angelic human beings, right? That's how we are returning back to our original 12 strands of DNA, to that diamond sun DNA. That's what the negative ones, that's what they were stealing from us, and then siphoning energy from our crystal heart. So that's all going to divine justice, guys. So understanding the ascension mechanism, right, and the trinity structure. So the ascension, extremely important. So here we're in this we were in this low 3D. So time to ascend, right? I work with the planetary logos, that's 7, 8, and 9 dimension. And of course, to become your avatar, diamond avatar self, that requires some spiritual discipline, and it's through the trinity structure, guys, right? So then you become like the whole Merkaba, column of light shining bright. You're like this beautiful skyscraper building with skylight, right? So connection to the cosmic energies, connection to the earth, mother nature, through your crystalline heart, guys. That's how we again become who we truly are, the luminous beings, and become part of a cosmic family, and cosmic angels, and so on. So let me read the protocol, like I said, from the book. There was a book, that's the Ascension Flame of Purification and Immortality. And here is what actually was channeled by Aurelia Jones, right? And it's Adama speaking, right? It's the priest Adama from Telosian. Okay, so some main points or guidelines to be understood and considered about the initiatic path leading to your graduation from Earth's curriculum through the Ascension protocols. So this process is one of complete purification, healing of all that is hindering your transfiguration, resurrection, and ascension into the arms of God or love. The restoration of your dignity and memory, so that you live once again as divine children of your Heavenly Father, Creator, entering the world of oneness, right? Instead of the one world order or new world order, the agenda of the controllers, right? Running the base and mathematics, all these reversals, the Dracos, and the hybrid Anunnakis, the Zetas of the negative faction, the Orion group, and so on. So I'm here, like, to polarity integration, just letting you know, guys, how it's very important to also differentiate and the feelings, and of course, the different structure of words, especially the energy of the words. Understand that each dimension represents a certain frequency. The fifth dimension becomes accessible to you when, and only when, you have attained that frequency in your consciousness and have the ability to maintain it at all times. So now the energies are so intense, so everything is amplified, they're so powerful that practicing that, being in 5D or even 7D all the time, is possible. Okay, it's possible. And then have connection to your sacred heart, that is already a dimension, that's the portal to the infinite one. Guys, all these energies are already here. The gamma rays frequencies, of course, the cleansing, clearing, purification works is extremely important, right? If the body becomes ill, or it shows you where the blockages are, what needs to be released. So there are ascension symptoms, and this is not an easy process. For some of us, extremely painful process, because we've been loaded with all kinds of misinformation and toxins from water, from air, from soil, from food. So please be compassionate with yourself, take care of yourself, love yourself, and forgive yourself. The forgiveness is the key to everything. Being loving and forgiving. Live from the heart, talking and acting like a master would, as a way of being. Always ask yourself the question, what would a master do or say in this or that situation? Then go within and find the answer. Remember, all the answers to your questions are within you. Okay, the kingdom of heaven, the consciousness, including AI, the organic, the inner AI technology, right, is within the DNA structure, etheric technology. There's nothing pretty much lying outside of us. We're the microcosm of the macrocosm. If it is not clear, take a piece of paper and pen, light a candle if you wish, and set your intention to find the answer inside of you. The master within is awake and alert at all times, forever waiting for your recognition. Remember, going to that heart, that sacred chamber of your heart where the divine spark resides, right? There's an altar where you can go each and every day. It's for free, where you can meet your true cosmic parents, eternal parents, right? Holy Mother, Holy Father. And whatever you're facing, whatever you're going through, you'll be always accepted with pure love, with pure energies. There's no judgment, there's no criticism. So it's for each of us also, stop judging ourselves, stop judging others. Because if we judge others, criticize others, we're actually judging, criticizing ourselves, right? Everything is interconnected. We're all one cosmic family, one heart, one race, one planet. Let go of the third dimensional consciousness of separation, duality, polarity, and drama in all of its myriad forms. Stop believing in two powers and giving your precious energy to the illusion of this 3D density. Allow yourself to set aside all that you have learned so far that has not given you the results you're yearning for. Remember, the protocol of the evolving self, or the practice of the evolving self, that's from the book Telos, from the priest Adama, that was channeled by Arella Jones, right? It's pretty much, even forgetting everything that was told to us, because it was the matrix, right? It was illusion, it was Maya, it was telling us who we are not. Now it's time to remember who we truly are. So be ready and willing to learn anew, and have the courage to step into the unknown reality of love and magic. Recognize that love is the only true power there is, and start living your life in that vibrational frequency from the inside out. Let go of all judgment and expectation about yourself and others, and how life should be unfolding for you. Allow yourself to perceive and embrace all the wonders and majesty of you in the splendor of your divinity, and accept the great adventure of letting unfold and transform in front of your eyes in deep joy and gratitude. Embrace the banner of humility and the sweet surrender to one's holy vows. If you don't know what they are written within your every cells and DNA, as well as is in many chambers of your sacred heart. Be willing to take the time to go within and investigate. Establish a conscious union with your I Am presence and the fulfillment of your divine plan. The Ascension is the unification, the merging into divine union with your magnificent I Am presence. To embody this glorious aspect of yourself, make yourself familiar and intimate with that aspect of self you want to merge with. How can you expect to ascend and unify with an aspect of self that you have not spent the time to know and understand? Guys, understand how people are busy, working, right? Money, paying bills, family, kids, school, mortgages, insurances, bank account, who knows what else. That's the 3D matrix, guys. Working from 8 till 5, paying bills, paying taxes. That's why simplifying the life, right? Going to nature. Breath work, breathing. Take time for yourself. Right? Be aware of your breath, the mindfulness. Be in this now, present moment. Or invoke the violet flame. I'm a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. This is the moment where everything is, where everything exists. And it's fractal and fractal, right? With each and every breath, remember, everything happens in the now moment. It's all now. Everything now. I'm here and now. And I am the beloved. I am that I am. That's what my true nature is. I'm the divine. Embrace the consciousness of harmlessness. Do no harm, right? Again, yoga, ahimsa. By honoring the sanctity of all life, sharing this planet with you, and also the divine right of every person to live here as well. Remember, what are your rights? That's in Galactic Codex. Right for ascension, right to be free, right? Right for independence, for they say abundance, and not only about spiritual, physical, but spiritual, right? And time to reconnect with our star family, galactic family. Those are rights because we do have their DNA. They're our family, they are them, they are us, we are them. Okay. Release all programming running your life. So again, that's the practice of the evolving self, right? The 5D protocol from Telos. So release all programming running your life and all negative emotions stored in your conscious, unconscious, and subconscious memories, including the balancing of all debts incurred towards life. You have already received many teachings on these topics. When individuals believe their debt to be light, and they enter into the spirit of releasing it steadily into that sacred fire, they create a great release of joy that flows through their being. The feeling of joy within your consciousness is a tendency to create malleability in the coil of energy that keeps the records of the debts, relaxing tensions within the energetic coils and freeing the individual to move on more quickly through all initiations with greater ease and grace. The attitudes that most assist anyone to move through the balancing of their shadow creation are twofold. First, adopt as a way of life each moment of the day as an act of love for yourself, for your fellow men, for the planet, for other kingdoms, sharing the planet with you, and in gratitude for creation itself. And second, practicing the attitude of gratitude will assist you immensely. Nurture and expand a genuine desire for your ascension and immortality. Remember, we were made immortal, okay? So getting old, disease, that's because we were hooked. We were hooked to that 3D matrix of the archons, right? The negative aliens, they're poisoning us. But we have the etheric Ankh body, right? That I showed, I think there was previous videos, 2 videos, okay? And because what was done to, in the military, those guys, like how they were exploited and their aura energy field torn apart. For them, ascension is possible, but only partial ascension. And I showed you also the beautiful pictures, right, of that Rasha body, that's your sunlight frequency body, the body of a Holy Mother, of your Holy Spirit, inner spirit, and that has connection to that inner Christ, okay? And how, you know, we were made in the image of God. We're eternal, so the eternal on body. So again, Ascension Glossary, you can look it up for yourself. And embracing the willingness to walk the path unto the end. Unless you entertain a genuine desire for ascension, immortality, unless you're willing to shed the old ways of living in the third dimension that have kept you and humanity in pain, and walk the path shown to you by the masters of wisdom who have tread the way before you, you cannot become a true candidate for ascension on the inner planes. In seeking ascension, the power of love must become the fervent heat which will cause the elements of mortal creation to melt, and which will propel the candidate for ascension into the great cosmic pool of immortal love and light. Many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.